So, I'm getting over a cold here. It's been happening a lot lately. I haven't been tested for COVID, but I probably got it again or something. I haven't gone anywhere, but anyways, let me just jump right into it. Excuse me. Wasteful tricking. This is something that I made a video about, or I made a previous recording. I never posted it. There's probably like 2 videos I haven't posted. But I made a previous recording on this same subject. And before the passing of our general, one of our generals, our avatar, one of the damn good-looking avatars out there, Kevin Samuels, man, that did it with style and grace and really shook up the place, man, in so many different ways. So, peace to our brother in the afterlife. And, you know, sometimes, you just get called to do bigger and better things. But, wasteful tricking. What we're seeing a lot of is that men are willing to pay for less. They're willing to pay for less contact. They're willing to pay for less content. And they're willing to pay for just a smidgen of female or feminine energy, right? How this started was I did I was really intrigued. I've been on Instagram a lot, follow a lot of thought pages and stuff like that. And I was really intrigued. I was just like, what is on these OnlyFans? Like, what am I going to get, that I can't get from, regular sites like your Pornhub and X videos? Like, what is the special content that, I could only see by paying for $10, $20, or $100 or $80 or $35 sessions with this one fine IG thought? Like, what am I really getting out of this? And yeah, I went ham, and I subscribed to like 4 different OnlyFans chicks. And the reason why I'm remaking this video is because I just did not like the first one. I felt I missed the mark on it, so hopefully I am satisfied with this one. But one thing I wanted to see what was so special. So I subscribed to like 4 different OnlyFans. Some were like $5, $15 or something like that. One was like $20-something for the month or something like that. And honestly, since then, I've already deleted my OnlyFans account. Like, honestly, I think it was probably like a week ago I did this. And I was just not impressed. I was not impressed whatsoever. I understand it for some brothers, they want to splurge and they want to trick. I'm not trick shaming out here. I'm just not trick shaming at all. But I look at some of the stuff and some of the services that these women provide, and I'm like, I could literally get this for free and get better quality content. I can get better ass shaking videos, bigger asses, more natural asses, asses that aren't taken in your, pictures aren't taken in just your living room. I can get better pictures. I can download these pictures and get the full view of these pictures on my computer and have them for now and until the end of the world or my hard drive dies. I just see where we're literally as men paying for, as tricks even, for some of us. For those that aren't, you aren't. It is what it is. I'm not going to say nothing about it. But we're really paying for less. And it's just wasteful tricking to me. It's not just, it's not old, like, I want to sound like the old school guy, but I'm getting old. I am old. But, back in my day, if I spent money on a bitch, I'm getting something from it. And I'm talking like contact wise. I'm either getting a feel on the coochie, sucking on some titties, getting in them sweet watery guts, or what have you. I'm being the prostitute driller. You know what I mean? Like I'm doing all those things. Whereas now, in the last video, I came up with this term, or the previous recording, I came up with this term of a la carte, like a la carte simping. You know, like you choose how you want to simp. You're simping in little bits and pieces. You know, some of these chicks are charging $30 for a 5-minute FaceTime video with them. $85 for 30 minutes. $300 for 30 minutes. I can show you, quote unquote, the receipts for this too. But $300 for 30 minutes. I mean, excuse the cough, but let that sink in. You mean to tell me that these women are charging that much just so you could do a video call with them? And I just posted a video on my community tab. I had seen this snippet of this Kendra G live, where this one chick was like, well, yeah, you know, I'm just gonna get paid for my conversation. I watched it on Pink Book Lessons, and, you know, I posted it, but then I posted it after watching it for like 3.5 minutes. And then it was pretty much what I saw in WhatsApp, right? Or somewhat. So I thought I knew the full extent of it. This chick literally has a whole boyfriend her age. So this is the twin mating, double mating strategy that a lot of women apply, you know, alpha fucks, beta bucks type stuff that we've seen in the MGTOW manosphere realm for years that we've called out. But what really got me is that these chicks are shook. And not shook in the sense of like, or not they're getting over, but they're so bold. Like, you know, it's just like, you know, the mouse caught in the corner. You know what I mean? Like, you got when you got a rat that's cornered, he's gonna fight back at the cat to try and save its life. Right? They're always gonna try and save, like, they're always gonna try and, like, when they're cornered, a cornered rat, like, is probably the most dangerous. And what you're seeing is a lot of these women are so cornered that they're coming out and saying, hey, I will do OnlyFans, I will do you know, what's it called? I want a sugar daddy. Openly saying this. And this has been happening for a while, but, you know, this is just another example of it. I won't even say a level of it, but, you know, a lot of these chicks are really coming out and saying, hey, listen, I want a sugar daddy. I remember a couple years back, you know, some men were pointing out where this one chick was talking about how she's doing courses on how to get a sugar daddy, how to, quote unquote, finesse a man to pay for X, Y, and Z and not give him anything. Just, quote unquote, good conversation. And the good conversation that they're talking about is just being a nice ear and listening to. At that point, pay for a therapist. At that point, honestly, if that's the case, right? These dudes because she wanted like $1,300 or to cover her $1,300 a month rent, which, you know, her most likely the boyfriend or the person that she's with probably stays with her. Maybe we'll see. I can only assume if it's $1,300 a month. But, you know, she'll probably stay with her, and she only wants her for a couple months because, of course, that's pretty much to cover her during her semester, her time. So when I hear this type of stuff, you know, it reminds me of, like, you know, these chicks that were wanting to hear about, hear about how to finesse men and put themselves in a better position and get as much as they can out of men and stuff like that without giving them too much. If that's the case and you're willing to give over $1,300 plus to a woman just for her quote unquote conversation, as she stated in her video or in her back and forth with Kendra G. At that point, go to the club, give one dancer $1,300. You could even tell her, yo, listen, I'm tipping you out for the night. Yo, just like pack up, come with me. Pay your tip out. This is me and you. I'm going to pay for dinner as well. And me and you going to chill. Yo, you go to any like street walker and do that. Like you got her for that night until the next morning, if not longer. You know, at that point, she's going to start choosing up, quote unquote, and really choosing. And I'm not talking about choosing signals like, you know, picking up chicks and stuff like that. No, I'm talking about like, hey, she's going to start choosing, you know, you over being out on that damn cold ass street trying to get a couple Johns to where she can get a couple $100 in that night versus you paying $1,300. Again, wasteful tricking, a la carte simping. You know what I mean? I had another term. It escapes me right now, but a la carte simping, right? And it's just, it just doesn't, excuse me. It doesn't make sense because we're not getting the contact. We're so far gone and programmed for not getting contact. In fact, you know, Ed says this all the time, talking about the bar is so low for femininity. All women have to do is just smile at you. And it's the truth, you know? Like, all a woman has to do is say, hey, I offer good conversation. Like, this chick wants a scammer if she doesn't have one already. She's talking about 25 to 35. 25 to 35-year-old men, you know, the ones that have that type of money, I mean, listen, if they're paying $1,300, somebody's going to need a spinal adjustment the next morning. You know what I mean? Like, yo, he's paying $1,300. That should cover you for the night and your chiropractic visit the next day. You know, that's if, you know, he lets you out. Because at that point, you might as well stay for a little bit longer for, you know, round 2 or round 3 by that time, or 4. And, you know, make sure, you know, the chiropractor has a couple more things to adjust. You know what I mean? Adjust your L5 through your L7 or whatever the hell. You know, make sure you get that massage by the masseuse as well. You know what I mean? I remember that from my chiropractor. They had a dude that was the massage therapist was freaking amazing. Dude fucking, yeah, that was like, it was crazy. Yeah, it was crazy. But, you know, and what I hear about this stuff in terms of like, I guess I gotta say pause after something like that. But when I hear about this pay for my conversation, what I heard the second time I heard it, I heard a woman that was shook. You know, one of many women that are out here that'll be bold enough to start asking or saying this type of stuff out there and openly saying, hey, listen, I got a whole husband with 2 or 3 kids. I just need a sugar daddy. And all I'm going to give you is good conversation. Because then it started to click for me. Because I started seeing more and more posts where chicks that are, you know, they're on OnlyFans, and they will openly say on their story and their timeline and their post, I will never meet up with you. Don't ask me to do this. Don't ask me to do this. Don't ask me to, you know, what club I work at or what have you. Like, they will never meet up with you, no matter how much you're paying them. And to me, this is wasteful tricking because you're paying all this money. I'm talking like good money. Yo, $300, you can knock off, you can have a threesome and still have change left over after paying for the room and the 2 chicks. Ask me how I know. You know what I mean? Like, you know, a link in the bio for my Udemy course on how to trick. Like, I really should make a video on how to trick. That would Udemy course on how to trick. That would be so hilarious. But, you know, we're just seeing where men are just giving away their hard-earned money to these women because their alternative is to get with women that aren't, you know, that aren't really giving them anything in return for all the money that they're spending. And if you hear snoring in the background, that's my dog. But, you know, they're spending all this money and then just getting barely anything in return. There's no type of there's no same level or balanced reciprocation. You know, there's no bidirectional reciprocation. There's only unidirectional reciprocation. And then the only thing that maybe comes back to you, if you want to call it bidirectional, you know, even an even exchange, if you will, it's an uneven exchange. It's very unbalanced. And the only thing that you get back is quote unquote good conversation for $1,300. And the thing is, the chick could get it. You know, if she actually puts herself out there for, you know, if she markets herself properly, markets her pictures, charges good on OnlyFans. I started to peep game on how OnlyFans, how some of these chicks work on OnlyFans too. They have free accounts to draw you in. And then on those free accounts, it has all their videos. So literally, and then this is why I call it, excuse me for that. And I know some people don't like it. They find it disgusting. But I got a cold and I'm getting over it. But this is why on OnlyFans, they'll have free accounts. And in the free accounts, they have videos that you have to unlock for $10 to $100. You know? And then they also have their fully paid accounts where it's rebill, or, you know, you have to renew every month to get the newer content and so on and so forth. But you have everything up until your expiration date, and then everything in the past as well. And then also what they do, especially on some of these IG accounts, is that you'll see that they barely have any posts, and it goes back like maybe 10, 20 pictures. But what they're doing is they're deleting some of their old content, and then always posting new content of them by the pool, at a beach, or away on a trip that they took maybe 6 months ago, 6 months prior, or a year prior during the pandemic, blah, blah, blah. And now they're posting it as a new post, and sometimes recycling posts because they've posted it before, you know? So I started to see how a lot of these chicks move, and I was like, wow, okay, this is really like, you know, a lot of these chicks are doing it like finessing, not just finessing, but some are offering, you know, I guess satisfactory content. They're offering some type of content. I've seen chicks where, you know, they're just posing in lingerie pretty much. And I've also seen chicks where, wow, you look better with your clothes on, because I don't get to see the C-section scars, the botched boob jobs, the remnants or the sagginess, the lack of elasticity in your skin, aka your snapback, your tight skin. I don't see that on IG anymore. I don't see it on IG because it's covered up with clothing. But then you start to see where it's just like, oh my God, like, you know, some of these chicks are posting, what's it called? Video, or they're posting pictures of the treatments that they do to make their skin supple and soft for their scars. So their scar treatment. So you could see where these chicks, you know, they had the botched boob jobs where they had to take out the breasts or the implant or what have you. And then you're also seeing, like, you know, the C-section scars and stuff like that. You know, and that's just a part of childbirth. But you're seeing where they're showing all of this, and it's like, wow, I'm not gonna lie, you look better with clothes, you know, like, you look better on your IG, like, it's like your free stuff is better than what your paid stuff is. And this is where I'm like, this doesn't make any sense to me as a person that talks about, like, you know, some of the things that I've done out there on the street. But what really got me going or thinking about this is that how we are programmed, or so programmed, to pay for less, and how this is actually going to have the social ramifications of this in the long term. We talk about, I talked to even my nephew the other day, and I said, man, listen, you were raised with this type of stuff, and this is something that's, it's a talking point of Ed's. But a lot of these Z's and the younger millennials were raised with access to the internet and access to all the sexual content for free. They didn't really have to work hard for it like I had to, where I had Bear Share and all this other stuff and trying to download over a dial-up, in the middle of the day, just so I could watch like pirated Bang Bros videos and shit. Yeah, I've been freaking perverted for a long time, but it is what it is. You know, and having to kick my computer just to, you know, get things to work again, you know? And honestly, like me getting into computers is really just because my computer will always break, and then I also, or one of my computers used to break, and then I also wanted to, you know, I couldn't afford, my parents couldn't afford to buy a name brand computer or anything, so I had to just build my own. So I used to sell candy and stuff like that, you know? So I guess you could say like my origin story is one of jealousy, because my friends had better computers than me, and better CD burners and stuff like that. Freaking 8X CD, 4X and 8X and 12X CD burners, man, were the shit back in the day. And next, you know, you like, I think my last CD burner was like a 54X. Anyways, but you start to see the social impact of a lot of this stuff, where you're seeing a lot of these IG chicks, they're posting pictures of their kids. And, you know, a lot of these women are posting this stuff with grown-ass sons. And then you start to see, like, that celebrity junk video where that woman, O'Shea, was, you know, calling this one woman out, this big-breasted chick, older lady, she's in her 40s, and she's talking about, you know, her 25-year-old son's friend, or 25-year-old, or the 25-year-old, you know, younger man, which is her son's friend. She's talking about how she would possibly give him some, and how that's a quote-unquote joke. But the thing is, ma'am, you're out here thotting it up, and your son is of age, and so are his friends. And you're really like, you know, these are the old chicks that are out here going after these young dudes, or letting these young dudes fuck on them, because all they have is cooch, and they just want somebody. They just want that young thing, you know, that old dude that's gonna jostle things up a little bit. You know what I mean? Clear the cobwebs out. You know what I mean? You know, and you know, put it up. Let me put you to bed, Put her ass to sleep real quick. You know what I mean? She don't need those pills anymore. You know what I mean? Some shit like that. Wake up the next morning like, I ain't slept like that in years. Back without working and got to call into work and shit. Fucking Mabel can't fucking get out of bed anymore. You know what I mean? So, yeah, I did exploratory tricking. And went online, bought some OnlyFans, or bought some subscriptions to OnlyFans, and I was just not impressed. I was just really not impressed. This is an observation. This is an account. I saw it, and I was just, this is not a, we got to do better. This is a, are you getting what you want out of the interactions that you're having, that you're paying for, your transactional interactions? And I do mean dating as well. I know I'm talking about tricking, but I do mean dating. And dating and tricking is two different things. Or tricking and investing are two different things. If you're investing in a woman, trying to see who she is and get to know her better and understand her a little bit more and take her out on dates, that is different. That's not tricking, to me at least. I want to make sure there's a distinction, or we're making a distinction there. You know, there is a difference to me as a person that really, quote unquote, has tricked, does trick and stuff like that. And I look at this stuff and I'm like, I don't see the benefit for me as a man paying $1,300 possibly. Going back to this Kendra G video, paying possibly $1,300 just so I can get, quote unquote, good conversation. I don't see the point in paying $30 for a 5-minute phone call via FaceTime or WhatsApp. I don't see the point in paying $300 for a 30-minute call to even the baddest of bitches. And, you know, whoever you think is a 9 or a 10, you know, if you believe in 10s, whoever you think is the most perfect woman, still, to me, is just not worth, you know, paying an exorbitant amount of money and not getting a little bit closer sexually. It doesn't make any sense. I call it wasteful tricking. Anyways, I need to go to sleep because I gotta rest up. This weekend should be pretty busy. I have to reach out to a couple brothers of the space on some business stuff. And they knew who they are, so you know, hopefully I'll be able to help them out and get their stuff going, and get back on the horse here, because this week was a catch-up week. I've just been sick since last week, Friday. And today is Thursday, going into Friday. So it's been a rough one. With that being said, hey, listen, I love you all, and I appreciate those that listen. I appreciate those that understand what I'm trying to say. You know, this is not a glorification of one side and me denouncing another, so to speak. Or exactly, you know, everybody has their thing. This is not me saying, hey, listen, I trick better than other guys or anything like that. This is me just saying, are you getting what you want out of the transactions that the transactions and, you know, quote unquote relationships, or the transactional relationships that you have? And I see that a lot of people are overpaying for certain things from certain products. It doesn't make any sense. Call this video what you want, or feel how you want about it. Leave it in the comment section. Let's discuss it. And if anything, hey, let's do a live on it, right? All right, with that being said, appreciate you all. Peace.